Hi, my name is Will and welcome to the Distorted Transmission for today. I'm chatting to Bora, who proclaimed to be a spliff-smoking, beer-smashing, mongrel-stacking sludge band from Christchurch. How are you guys?
Pretty good. All right.
The big introduction. All right, so if we can start from Blindfold and Led to the Woods t-shirt guy side and go over, if you can all introduce yourselves and tell me what instruments you play as well.
I'm Greg, I play bass.
Josh, I play drums.
Adrian, I play the other guitar.
I'm Bo, I play the other guitar.
I'm Tom and I yell, pretty much.
You released a 2-track offering in October this year, and that seemed to coincide with the Facebook page creation. So I can only assume that the band kind of became an official thing at that point. Could you give us some more background on the origins of the band pre-October?
Yeah, we started post-lockdown last year, jamming, and then sort of didn't put anything out until we had something recorded.
Yeah, just riffing about for a wee while.
COVID kind of limits what you can do, really, eh?
Yeah.
Gigging and stuff like that to actually get material out to people. So
Yeah.
we sort of held off on a little bit, just so we were happy with releasing something that maybe someone might like.
Yeah, sort of thought,
In the hopes.
no point getting out on the social medias unless you got something to be like, oh, this is what we sound like, sort of thing. So
Makes sense. All right, so did you guys do gigs before you released anything, or was it just like you recorded some music and then you kind of popped into creation at that point?
Yeah. So we'd been jamming for a wee while, just doing riffs, creating songs, and all this kind of stuff. With COVID being about, we didn't really know how to approach it really with kind of going off and doing gigs, and we sure as shit weren't doing any sit down gigs. So we thought we'd take the approach from doing, recording some songs, putting them out for people to listen to. We'll probably do that for a wee while longer, create some tunes, put out a couple more EPs, and do it that way until we have the opportunity to, play a really big gig, get stuck into it,
We're not limited to how many people we can have in a building.
Yeah.
Since you actually released your 2-track offering, have you managed to do any gigs at all, or is it just been pretty much just an impossibility?
No gigs at all. No.
You must be kind of chomping at the bit to do so, I would imagine.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. We don't have a lot of venues in Christchurch currently that actually want to play that sort of music. Any sort of heavy alternate sort of music, really.
Yeah.
So all the cards are stacked against you, really.
Yeah. Life, man. Life
is what it is.
General.
Since the 2-track release is actually a thing, maybe we can talk about that. So how did you record it? Where did you record it? Who mixed it? Those kind of things. Can anybody fill me in on that?
We were jamming for a while, and we started having those tracks being the predominantly ones that we were kind of writing and creating and playing over to get all tight. And then Tom, I think, sprang it on that, look, we've been playing these tracks for a while. Let's just get them recorded. Let's get them done. Let's just kind of have some tracks going,
Yeah.
Did you actually record them yourself, or did you go to a studio?
No. So Joe Veal, he came in just in our practice space and just hooked everything up. And like I knew Joe through my previous band. He recorded our last album, and so it was sort of just do you want to help us out? So he did all that. So it was quite good. And it didn't cost us too much, just a trading labor sort of situation.
Yeah.
So it was kind of just like a sort of a one take, or maybe you did maybe 2 or 3 takes of each song and you just recorded them live.
Yeah. I did record them live.
Yeah. 3 takes, we used the first take.
It sounded all right. So
and then Tom did the vocals.
Yeah, did the vocals separate. Went to Joe's house and
did
them a couple of takes. Just simple. Bit of DIY. It don't take too much time on it. Just sort of keeping it raw, I guess.
Yeah.
So then Joe mixed it, then went to Luke from Primal Mastering.
Yeah, Primal Mastering.
He mastered it and flipped it back, and it's like, it's good.
So it's good enough for a demo. So
that's right. We didn't have any too big bar, It was just kind of sounded good what they've done, and we're into it,
Yeah, the style of music doesn't really call for too much fuckery. So
Yeah.
So would you consider that 2-track thing an actual demo? Was that the intention of it?
Yeah, I guess so. Intentionally, we just didn't call it a demo. But yeah, I guess it is because it's not really like we recorded it in a studio or anything like that. So.
Yeah.
But I can kind of see how that kind of recording would sort of benefit a band like you. Like some bands are really good at track by track and sort of layering songs and putting them together. Whereas some bands who have that kind of, well, particularly sludge bands, they kind of feed off each other when they're playing and when they're recording. Like if the drummer can't really hear those sort of fat juicy guitars, he doesn't play quite the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's just it's the jam, isn't it? You're jamming together and you vibe out the tune, and that's where you get the best kind of songs.
More natural sound.
Yeah, the pressure's on.
Yeah. Pressure's on.
Pressure's on when you know that someone's recording you.
Yeah.
That's why we chose the first takes on both songs
Because they sounded
the best because we just rolled in there and was like, don't fuck it up. Just rolled it out,
The most adrenaline, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You already have some long sleeves and tank tops and merch available, which is, I don't know if premature is the right word, but not in a negative way. Perhaps like you're thinking ahead in a positive light. Perhaps like you're sort of confident with the band and you're confident you're going to be able to have merch. I suppose you're from the South Island. Maybe long sleeves sell more down there because it's colder.
Oh, dude, long sleeves are just dope, bro.
man. Like summer is the 4-sided printed death metal long sleeves, isn't it?
Yeah. You can wear them during winter, you can wear them during summer.
But Christchurch definitely loves their long sleeves.
Yeah.
Especially in the metal scene, big time.
Yeah.
Our mate Nigel, he did all the artwork essentially.
Yeah, he did it all. We kind of gave him a direction and gave him artistic freedom to get stuck in. And we just was like, yeah, this is sick. Let's just do it. Who cares if it's a bit too early to start hurting the merch buzz, but everyone fiends merch, and it's we were just like, we discussed it for a while, just kind of being like, oh, is it too early? Is it too soon? Blah blah blah. But again, we were just kind of like, fuck it, let's just get it out, and if people want it, they can get it. If they want to not get it and hold out and watch the live shows and or whatever, we're just like, fuck it, we'll get it out.
Well, I suppose possibly the COVID angle sort of you kind of had to change your perspective, because most sort of like younger bands would probably be going out playing as many gigs as possible, spreading the word as much as possible, and you're unable to do that. So you're kind of like, you've got this energy, and perhaps you just sort of injected that into other ways to promote the band, which would be merch, I guess. That is a logical conclusion.
Merch,
getting rolling the ball for more EPs and all that. And
it's more about just reusing the money from merch to do more recordings. And it's just reinvesting in the riffs. Get the next EP funded and all that, because we're all we've got kids and working and stuff like that. Like, it's just a fun the next riffs.
Do you still have some available?
We did a 2-week pre-order to get an idea of numbers, which is closed now. We've got might have a couple extras. We'll have to see.
We do have the option to get more. If the demand is there.
If people vibe it, get into it.
Currently at the moment we've got about 5.
People can pretty much just PM you on Facebook, and you can hook them up, I guess.
And hopefully once Auckland gets out of lockdown, we can get our tapes. So we'll have tapes of the demo as well.
Are the tapes made up here, are they?
Yeah. A couple of random dudes I met at the Bongzilla gig a few years back that wanted to do some tapes, so just called in a favor, and here we are.
Do you have plans for music beyond the 2-track release that you released in October?
I think the next plan was probably like do a 4-track
Proper EP.
Do a proper
EP sort of thing. So just sort of refining the stuff for that now, and then probably we're decide
some sick little EPs,
whether it's something similar, or if you get a bit more effort, be it sort of isolated recorded tracks or what, or just do another live one. Not too sure yet.
My opinion basically amounts to nothing at all because I don't know you and you don't know me, but
Well, that makes us mutual.
yeah. I listened to the recordings and, I thought they actually really suited your sort of style of music, the way you play. It actually sort of gave a really fair representation of who you are and what you're doing. That particular recording process didn't detract from it at all. In fact, it probably enhanced it.
Yeah, cheers for that. Yeah. So that was, I think it definitely turned out better than we expected.
I didn't think it was going to sound as good because
Yeah.
the G units where we recorded it. Anyone from Christchurch watching this in future will know that building because it's had a long history of bands jamming in it, and so it's quite cool to hear that it actually turned out really good. So,
Onwards and upwards, I guess.
Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely.
All right, well, it's just about time to wrap it up. So is there anything else you'd like to add at the end of the interview?
Shout out to Big Joe Veal, the GC, absolute saint, and to Luke Finlay at Primal Mastering, also an absolute saint. And any bands, sludgy bands, want to get involved in a wee split, hit us up.
Yeah,
And
get into it.
yeah, cheers for your support.
Yeah, man.
Cheers to Nigel for the
Oh yeah,
Fucking
forgot
awesome.
Nigel.
Oh, you forget
Forgot
Nige,
Nige.
mate.
Sick long sleeves.
Yeah, so
Yeah, cheers, Nige. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who's pre-ordered some merch.
Yeah, get into it. We'll see you at the gigs next year.
hopefully.
All right, lads, thanks very much for chatting. And I'll catch you in about a year's time when you're big and famous.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, cheers.
Hey, cheers, bro.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Thanks.
And thanks for watching.